Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I stated this many times because I think it's true, which is sometimes I wished, and I guarantee you that if you played in team games, you were involved, let's say, in soccer or somewhere where you played with other teammates, sometimes you might have thought that these guys, Jimmy and Tommy, are idiots. We should just send them to the other team and get, I don't know, Tony and Emil out of the other team because they're too good and get them in our team. It happened to me when I was much younger, and sometimes when I play soccer, I realize this is weak link. Why don't you guys go to the other team? I want those guys because those guys are good. You know who's good and who's bad. And the same here. I think sometimes I realize, and I say it here, I wished that our enemies, could give us some of their players because our players are dumb as fuck. Because they're winning. They're winning the debate. They're winning the argument. Why? Because they're still using the art of rhetoric, the art of argumentation, the theory. But these guys here are just weasels. They don't know shit. They're in positions appointed based on brown nosing, kissing ass. Therefore, you have people that are not really prepared for the job they're supposed to work in. Let me show you. We have here Maria Zakharova. Maria Zakharova, I've been listening to her many times. I've listened to John Kirby as well, or with Karine Jean-Pierre as well, the French White House spokesperson. And not only, I've listened to the Americans talking about this so-called advisors and spokespeople, and they're dumb as fuck. And I listened, for instance, to Zakharova, the spokeswoman of the Russian Federation's foreign ministry. And I say, I want her in our team, as I would like to have Lavrov in our team and give Blinken wherever Blinken is. Send him over there. And not only that, I want all these guys to go over there and get those guys here. Why? Because they're smart, they're ballsy, they have charisma, and they know shit. I don't care if you're small, fat, ugly, or beautiful in appearance. What's your job? Right? You're a foreign minister, you have to have these characteristics, these traits. That's what I care. So I don't want you to be like, yeah, let me play some saxophone for you, baby. No, I don't care for that. Okay? Now, if you can do that, that's great. But that's not the main task for you. Let me show you here how Maria Zakharova smacks a rude, imbecilic John Kirby. Imbecilic John Kirby. As I said, these guys here, all they have is calling people's name or mocking other people in a rude way. Why? They lost the argument. When you start calling people name or, doing things like this, that means you don't have argument, brains, heart, balls to defeat the other person. Therefore, you just, you're good or bad, you're evil, you're stupid, So let me show you. I have audios of the two statements made by imbecile Kirby and beautiful Zakharova, intelligent Zakharova. Russia Today. 29th of March 2024, Moscow reacts to U.S. Manure salesman insult. A White House official, that's Kirby, called Russian claims that the Crocus City attack may have been directed by Kiev nonsense and propaganda. Russia has hit back after a senior White House official accused it of peddling, and I'm quoting, manure, end quote, by claiming that Ukraine may be linked to last week's terrorist attack near Moscow. Moscow believes the attack may have been masterminded by Ukrainian special services who used a group of radical Islamists to carry it out. Washington has urged the world to accept the claim of responsibility by ISIS-K, an Afghanistan-based offshoot of Islamic State, IS, former ISIS. At a press briefing on Thursday, White House National Security Communications Advisor John Kirby called the Russian skepticism nonsense and propaganda. Okay, you can call it. That's fine. You can make a fool of yourself. But hey, he added that it reminds him of his uncle, a small farm owner in Florida, and I'm quoting. He used to say that the best manure salesmen often carried their samples in their mouths. Kirby said, Russian officials, and I'm quoting, seem to be pretty good manure salesmen. Okay, now that could be funny, but in that kind of diplomatic area, I think is just bad taste. And I'm quoting, we don't have such proverbs in Russia. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to play this clip where Zakharova answered this guy's statement. The statement, you're going to hear it. Please play. No? Okay, well, just a second then. All right, let's try again.
He used to say that the best manure salesmen often carry their samples in their mouths. Russian officials seem to be pretty good manure salesmen.
There are no such proverbs in Russian because they carry manure in their mouths not here but overseas. But there is our saying, whoever hurts talks about it. By the way, it now becomes clear why the expression to wash one's mouth out with soap is common in the States.
So, what do you think? Who do you think was superior? I will use that word because superior is better, right, than inferior, which is worse. Who do you think was a better salesperson? Kirby or Zakharova? I watched a lot of interviews, a lot of statements made by some American officials or advisors, spokespeople, and I was baffled, is how we call it, baffled, by their mediocrity, at best, mediocrity. And I watched others, like for instance, the Hungarian foreign minister, Peter Szijjártó. Wonderful, intelligent. I watched Dr. Jay Shankar of India, foreign minister, or foreign affair, blah, blah, blah. Again, intelligent, ballsy, quick, knowledgeable. I watched Lavrov. I watched, what's his name, Wang Yi of China. All these are bad people, according to these guys, depending on how the wind blows. And let me show you. These guys, forgot about these techniques. Rhetoric. Rhetoric is the art of persuasion, is one of the three ancient arts of discourse, trivium, along with grammar and logic dialectic. As an academic discipline within the humanities, rhetoric aims to study the techniques that speakers or writers use to inform, persuade, and motivate their audiences. Rhetoric, we don't like that, we try to do this. I don't know, jump to the 1000 page all of a sudden. Rhetoric also provides heuristics for understanding, discovering, and developing arguments for particular situations. Do you think that Kirby has that? Do you think that he knows anything about it? And we have this, a debate. Debate is a process that involves formal discourse, discussion, and oral addresses on a particular topic or collection of topics, often with a moderator and an audience. The moderator could be the United Nations, and the audience is you and I. In a debate, arguments are put forward for common opposing viewpoints. Debates have historically occurred in public, beep, beep, beep. Debates have also been conducted for educational and recreational history. We're not going to go, we have here. Debating in various forms has a long history that can be tracked back to the philosophical and political debates of fucking ancient Greece. God damn it. And then they mention others because they have to, blah, blah, blah. All right, next one. Argumentation theory. The art of argument is commonly referred to as argumentation theory. This discipline has its roots in ancient Greek philosophy, particularly in the fields of fucking logic, dialectic, and rhetoric. Argumentation theory encompasses a range of techniques and practices used in civil debate, dialogue, conversation, and persuasion. argumentation theory. You got it, my friends? It's a interdisciplinary study of how conclusions can be supported or undermined by premises through logical reasoning. Check it out. With historical origins in logic, dialectic, rhetoric, argumentation theory includes the arts and science of civil debate, dialogue, conversation, and persuasion. It studies rules of inference. I don't know how you pronounce and logic and procedural rules in both artificial and real-world setting. Argumentation includes various forms of dialogue such as deliberation and negotiations. Do you think that Kirby has that? Do you think that Karine Jean-Pierre has that? Do you think that these guys here know about this shit? They function under a different kind of lack of training, which is I'm good, you're bad. And do you support that? Do you condemn that? That's their art of reasoning. Watch the weasel, they're not reporters, opinion makers in the mass media. When they say, do you condemn that? Fuck you. They start with that. Why? They want to destroy your argument by calling, if you support that with anything, that means you're like them. There's no room for debates. I watched Piers Morgan talking with some people that I really like. And I was like, this guy, do you support that? Do you condemn that? Say something bad about us? My God. And this is the level, this is the mentality, the angle. These guys are trying to condition us to use. Our children are taught this kind of garbage in school, not rhetoric, debates and art of persuasion, logic and so on. No. Go and watch these guys, or you probably already noticed the low level of these guys' opinion making techniques in debates. I want those guys in my team. I want these guys to fucking go to, I don't know, Middle East somewhere. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.